Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Sew with Stacia. In today's video I'm going to be bringing to you an updated version of the basic bodice pattern, and because I'm going to be having so many things coming up that I'm going to be making with this basic pattern, so we are going to be referencing this tutorial a lot, so consider that it is very important for you to watch this video from the beginning to the end. So without wasting much of our time, we'll just get into the video. So if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, consider subscribing and turn on your notification bell so you don't have to miss out on my subsequent tutorials. I post sewing tutorials every week. Consider subscribing and do not forget to share. Subscription is totally free. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you find it helpful. So let's get into the video, guys. So I'll just go ahead now and rule a starting mark. So just go ahead and rule a starting mark on your pattern paper. After doing that, go ahead and take our horizontal measurement. So the first measurement you take is your bust point. After your bust point, you take your waist, your shoulder to waist, and then your shoulder to hip. So my shoulder to my bust is 10 inches, shoulder to waist 16 inches, and to the hip 24 inches. So I just went ahead to mark it and I ruled a line and I just labeled it. So after doing this, now we'll go ahead and start drafting. So the first thing I'll do now is to place my my neck, so the neck width. So I am using 3 inches, which is like standard for drafting out a basic bodice pattern. And for the depth, I also use 3 inches. The depth depends on how deep you want your neckline to be and the shape you want it to be. For the neck depth, you can change that. So from there now, I'll go ahead and mark shoulder measurement. So the shoulder is 14 inches divided by 2 is 7 inches. So just go ahead and do the same thing for yours. And from there, you come down by 1 inches. Some people come down by 0.75. That is okay as long as you come down to form your shoulder slope, because our shoulder is not straight. So connect it like so to your neck width, and then from there you measure your armhole. So the formula for the formula to get your armhole is on the screen. So that is if you don't know how to take measurements for your armhole. So I just went ahead and placed 7 inches and I'll connect it down like so. So after connecting it like this, next thing we'll do is to also connect it like this. So you can either connect it straight, that is down, or you can connect it the way I just did. So I did mine like this because I'll be only making use of that part, so there's no need for me to just connect it down. So this is our chest line, and then on this chest line you measure your round bust circumference, that is your bust measurement circumference, and then you place it there. Do not forget to divide it by 4. And then on your shoulder, you come here, you measure what you have here, then you divide it by 2, finding a midpoint. And then on that midpoint there, you go in by half of an inch, that is 0.5, and then you go ahead and connect the dots together. I hope you understand, and I hope I am not too fast. So you go ahead and use a straight line to connect this part first like this, and then from there you connect it to the other side. So guys, yeah, this is it. So our front armhole is ready. So now next thing we'll do is to get our nipple to nipple measurement. So mine is 7 inches divided by 2 is 3.5 inches. So just go ahead and mark 3.5 inches on your bust point, your waistline, and on your hip line. So go ahead and connect it down with a ruler. So after connecting it like this, the next thing you'll be doing is on your waistline, you'll be taking half inches on both sides. So you take half inches on this side and then half inches on the other side as well. And then before connecting it, do not forget on your bust line, you come down by 1 inches. So from this bust line, you come down by 1 inches like so, and on your hip line you will be going up by 2 inches. So that part is no longer necessary. So you go ahead now and connect the dots the way you see me doing mine. And this is what we have. So guys, I did not even know why I went ahead to cancel this part. It is really not necessary, guys. You don't have to rough you don't have to cancel it. I don't even know why I did that. So but we don't need that part anymore anyway. So the next thing we'll be doing now is to come to our waistline, and we'll be placing the waist measurement there. Do not forget, whenever you are placing your waist measurements, you go ahead and replace the dart, which is 1 inches. So that, remember we took one half on both sides, that is 1 inches. So do not forget to replace that as well. And I went to the hip too. I took my hip measurement, and after doing that, now we'll just use our ruler to connect the lines together. And this is what we have. This is what we have, and this is what it looks like, guys. So now the next thing we'll be doing now, so for the front armhole, so the next thing we'll do now to get our side dart, you see this your chest line, from your chest line to your waistline, go ahead and measure what you have. I hope you understand. From this chest line to the waist, place your tape like this and measure it. So you can say I have 8 inches. So you look for the midpoint of 8 inches, which is 4 inches in my own case. And I just marked it there. So after marking it there, place your tape on the dots again, and then you take half inches on this part and then half inches on the other part as well. And then you connect it to that your bust point there, that 1 inches you came down with, sorry. So you connect it like so. So after connecting it like this, the next thing you'll be doing is, you can even do this before creating your side dart, depends on what you want. So you, from that mark there, that dot, you go up by 1 inches. So this line will be straight, so you go up by 1 inches, and this is the 1 inches. So I hope you understand what I did here, guys. And we are basically done for our front piece. So but remember that we took a side dart. So you see this side, that when we cut it and we join it, we'll be having shortage of fabric below. That is, we'll be having shortage of fabric down there. That is when we cut it out and join it. I hope you know. So we'll go ahead now, and I'll just add another piece of paper because this pattern paper was not enough. So we'll be having shortage, guys. So what we'll do now is to replace the 1 inches we took. Remember we took half inch on both sides. So in order not to have shortage when we cut it out on our fabric, you measure what you have there. So I have 1 inches. So come down here and replace that 1 inches from that hip line. Place it like this and mark 1 inches. After marking it, you just connect it to this other points like so. Now you might not want your top to have this shape, so you can just go ahead and connect it straight, but you just have to replace that 1 inches we took earlier. So just go ahead and connect it like this. So you realize that when we cut on our fabric and you extend your hip line to the 1 inches, so you realize that when we cut on the fabric and we stitch it, we will not have shortage there, it will be equal. So I hope you understand, guys. So you can see that on this pattern paper I did not add stitching allowance, but if you are drafting yours and you want to add stitching allowance, you just go ahead and do that. You'll be adding it on your shoulder and on the side of your pattern paper. So go ahead and cut it out. And when we are cutting this pattern paper, do not forget that the front pattern paper, you'll be cutting it on fold when you are cutting it on your fabric. So we'll cut out the neckline as well, and then the shoulder. So I'll be adding stitching allowance on the fabric. Yeah, and this is what we have for our front pattern. So go ahead and cut out the back. So guys, for the back pattern, as you can see, I have placed my pattern paper, and you can see my zipper allowance, my bust line, waistline, hip line. So the only difference is the zipper allowance that we have here, and all our measurement will be taken from this zipper allowance. So our neck width is going to be the same thing, standard 3 inches, and then the neck depth will be 1 inches. That is also like a standard, but remember your neck depth depends on what you want, guys. So go ahead and just connect it like so, and then we'll take our shoulder measurement. And then don't forget to come down by 1 inches for your shoulder slope and connect it to your neck width. And then after that, go ahead and input your armhole measurement like so, and then connect it just the way we did in the front. And then for this back I'll be drawing my chest line to the other side, because I'll extend the line because I need it to be on the other side. So I hope you understand. So just go ahead and do that. So this is our chest line. And then on our armhole, because this is not the front pattern, for the armhole we do not go in by half of an inch for the back. So I just went ahead to place my bust measurement on my waistline, and I'll just go ahead and draw my armhole. That is just all for the back bodies. We do not go in by half of an inch for our armhole. We just go ahead and draft it like so. So you can see what we have. And then after doing that, we'll go ahead now and input our nipple to nipple measurement. Our nipple to nipple measurement will get to our chest line. So you can see that I extended it to the chest line. That is for the back pattern. So you have to extend it, and then I came down by half of an inch, but you can also come down by quarter of an inch. And then on my hip I went up by 2 inches, and on my waist I took half inches on both sides, and I'll connect it. So after that, go ahead and input your body measurement. So we'll put our waist measurement, and then we'll put our hip measurement. So the difference between the front and the back is in the armhole. The dart, you can see my dart was extended to the chest line, and you can see how the armhole was. We did not go in by 1/2 inch. So this is what we have for the back, that back body, sorry. So now to get rid of zip bulge at the back of your dress, because when you sew you realize that your zip is folding at the back. So to get rid of that, you go in by 1/2 inch like this. So just place your tape and you take in 1/2 inch the way you see me doing. I just took it in. You take in 1/2 inch, and then you just connect it to just extend it the way you see me doing. Just go ahead and connect it like so. So this will help us to get rid of zip bulge at the back of our dress. So just go ahead and connect it like so. And then this is not really, so we'll get rid of this part, so we'll be cutting that off. So this part is really not necessary, you don't have to do this, but I went in by 1/2 inch as well, by 1/2 inch, and I will also connect it the way I did for the previous one. So just go ahead and connect it like so. I'll repeat the same thing, and we are done, guys, with our back bodies. So you can see that drafting this basic bodice pattern is not that difficult. So you can see that we do not need to add any pattern paper like we did for the front, because for the back bodies we do not need that side dart that we had in the front. So I hope you understand, and this is all. So I'll just go ahead and cut this out. So go ahead and cut out the zip bulge. Just go ahead and cut it out, and yeah, please do not forget to extend your neck. So you have to extend your neck to that zipper part, and then you cut it out. In the process of cutting this out, I tore the pattern paper, but no worries, I'll just hold it down with my gum. So guys, we are done drafting our basic bodice pattern. Please, if you find this video helpful, guys, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Do not forget to share. When you share this video, other people see it, and when you give it a thumbs up, other people see it. So do not forget to like, share, comment, any suggestion, leave a comment, any question. Thank you so much for watching. And this is the back bodies and the front bodies. This is our pattern paper. Till I see you in my next video. Bye.